Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's New Year's Eve, Brooklyn, New York. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff ain't. But guess what? So I come to here this evening to talk to y'all. I don't usually do video or record myself or anything like that. So this is going to be a new experience for me because I said I was going to do this in 2016. It's going on 2016 and this is recorded record right here for the record to speak it into existence, to be exact. I am a writer. I love writing. Been writing since I was a little boy. I'm also a construction person. I build houses, I tear them down, I repair them. And I somehow combine the two to be able to write in a way that people listen and have a voice that also delivers it with precision. I'm going to start using my talent and honing in because my ultimate goal is I want my people to wake up. Wake up to what's going on and start saying stuff, because the more that we're not saying is the more that I'm seeing going on. Let's face it, everybody sees it, but nobody wants to say anything about it. And when I say the it's, I'm talking about the distractions from the real situations that's going on. While we sitting up there watching NBA and sports, they're making decisions on us. Not the sports, but us. Laws to hold us hostage, captive, slaves, pretty much. I mean, the problem with all of this is that you have some brothers that want to talk about it, but then you got other brothers who don't want to do nothing about it, but they want to talk and make it sound just right for the occasion. For me, waking up here on this earth with this face and this complexion, I know that I'm not one of the highly liked of my society. I'm tolerated, but I don't think that I'm highly liked. Because there's a certain class of people. You got the majority, and then you got the minority report. That don't really go hand in hand when you look at them. So that's confusing. Then you come to your cities. When I say cities, I'm using that word more than just a borough. I'm talking about your hoods, your little impoverished towns, because those are the richest. Because we buy and support corporations. Corporations were founded by the same people who started this whole shamil here that we live in, that we call a society, but really resembles a business. Now, we gotta get away from these distractions, because these distractions are totally killing us and our time here, right? So I challenge everybody, which I'm going to do it too. Get on a regiment, any kind of regiment that's progressive, for 6 months. After the 6 months, during the 6 months, keep a recorded chart of what you're doing. As far as exercise, as far as if it's doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, keep a chart of that. And also keep the money sign that it's a deduction to you. Once it's a deduction, you can know you can deal without it. But once it's there, you got problems. You got problems because it grows. It grows and it festers. And these problems turn in bigger, especially when you're growing up and your mother and father, they're working so hard, so they're not there. And what do you have? You have television. Television. It started out as television, it went to TVs, it went to platinum, it went to flat screens, it went to iPhones, it went to cell phones, it even went to minis. Now these things are put in the hands of many people. $500 a pop. Who's getting rich off that? Me? You? Not. We're supporting. I am too. But we know that it didn't cost that to make it. You just using me as a pawn, a chess game. See, we got these secular things going on here. But it happens so fast because it happens every day around the world. And since we all are on the same planet, we are not on the same time schedule. If there was no time, we probably would be doing the same thing at the same time. That time restricts you. And then at the time you put in little obstacles, work. Oh, go to the grocery store. Oh, the news. Oh, what's really going on? Oh, wait a minute. What's really going on? What's really going on is that my brothers are waking up in the morning, going to school or walking down the street per se with no weapon on them, and they get shot for just who they are and the fear that they project. The thing I say about this, if you look at race and you live in the United States, and you tell me, which I asked in my college class in Damon University, how many of you think that you're benefiting from white privilege? And I couldn't believe it. They didn't even know what it was. And I had to explain to them. Well, what do you do? I asked them a question. I said, what do you do when you get pulled over by the cops? They looked at me, and I'm just changing my voice, just do a little animation. Not trying to be disrespectful to any race or anything. But young white girl, she said, I just sit there and I pull out my driver's license and just wait to see what he's gonna do. I looked, I said, oh, just wait to see what he's gonna do. I said, when they pull me over, I better put both my fucking hands on that damn steering wheel. I better not make no smart moves. And I better do everything like he tells me. Very slow. That's a fact that we can't get around. At all. At all. At all. At all. At all. And it's sad. It's sad because you can't do nothing about it. What can you do? They have a gun. You ain't allowed to carry one because they take it from you. And we're just told just to go about our day like, oh, so, is it? I think I need a stress check. I think everybody needs a stress check. Because we have a syndrome here, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be a book I'm going to be discussing next week. It's called Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. They've been enslaving us for so long, we forget what it is to be a slave and just go along with their customs. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Think about what I'm saying before refuting it. Because our ancestors did not come here on the Disney cruise ships that leave out of the New York ports. They just didn't. They was force-fed over here, or forced over here, through the transatlantic slave trade. You paid for what you see now. Me. And all the me's and all the theys and all the thises and all the that's and all them niggas, as I hear so much, that forgot that they was black. I mean, because we say black, I always wondered in school, I'm brown, so what does that mean? And then I realized that it's a mixing of the race. What about if my generation of people didn't want to be mixed? And you still did it anyway. But then we have these people that they're not the same people that did this years ago because they used to take pictures I don't think I'm going to go into the lynchings. Everybody knows what that is. But those pictures always compelled me. Because everybody was always looking at the person hanging from the noose. I looked at the people in the crowd to try to match facial features. And what I see in those pictures is a reproduction of the same thing going on. It's not the people who did it, but they look very similar, and the name keeps on popping up. I mean, it's reminded to us all the time who we are. Look at the money you got in your pocket. George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, right? Tell me some black people. How many black people do you know named Lincoln and Washington and Benjamin? And then you tell me how many white people you know named that. I hear crickets again. I mean, you can go back and go online, Google it. Google all the plantation owners and their name, and you'll start seeing that their name is black people. They have some white people too, but it's black people. And the white people ain't trying to help out because the daddy ain't never help out. And now the relatives here, they don't want to help out. Now nobody don't want to fucking help nothing. Everybody's going really fast and they think that they know it. Everybody knows what they're talking about. And it's right. It can't be wrong. No. We live in a life where it's good to be right or wrong. That means you're learning. It's not good to sit up there and just believe and believe and believe and believe and believe and don't question. What are we doing? It's 2016. And I'll be coming back to you throughout the night. But we got to get it straight, y'all. We got to get it straight. Come on, my people. Wake up. Wake up.